Liv Morgan just exposed the truth about WWE's women's division. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we've got some truly surprising and heartwarming news from the WWE Universe. She was once considered an underdog, overlooked, underestimated, but now, Liv Morgan has stepped out of the shadows and into the spotlight, not just as a champion, but as a whistleblower. In a shocking twist that's sent shockwaves through WWE, Liv Morgan has just exposed the truth about the women's division. And what she's revealed has left fans stunned, superstars furious, and management on high alert. This is the explosive story of how Liv Morgan peeled back the curtain and revealed what's really going on in WWE's women's division. The smiling underdog. For years, Liv Morgan was the smiling face in the background. The fun-loving girl in colorful gear who danced her way down the ramp, took her beatings, and kept coming back for more. She was marketed as the underdog, a scrappy fighter with heart. And fans loved her, but behind that smile was a woman who was watching, listening, and keeping receipts. Liv didn't rise through family legacy. She didn't walk in with a sports entertainment pedigree. She wasn't a former UFC fighter or Olympic athlete. She was a Hooters waitress, a dreamer, a self-made superstar. But while she smiled on camera, she was struggling behind the scenes. Struggling to get noticed, struggling to get booked, struggling to be taken seriously. She watched others get opportunity after opportunity, some deserving, some not so much. And now, with her rise to the top, she's no longer staying quiet. The women's division problem. According to Liv, WWE's women's division isn't just suffering from lack of screen time, it's suffering from favoritism, politics, and outdated priorities. In a candid backstage segment, one WWE reportedly tried to censor. Liv unloaded her frustration. It's not about who's talented. It's about who's marketable, blonde enough, safe enough, who checks the right boxes. She didn't name names, but fans knew exactly who she was talking about. Liv claimed that the same women were always at the front of the line, regardless of storyline, crowd reaction, or in-ring performance. She called out the lack of long-term storytelling. The constant, start and stop, pushes. The way talented women like Candice LeRae, Shotzi, and Tegan Nox are tossed aside without explanation. She said, "If you're not a chosen one, you're just a body." Those words echoed across social media and set off a firestorm. Facing the backlash, unsurprisingly, Liv's comments didn't sit well with everyone. Reports from backstage suggest that several top WWE female superstars were furious. One unnamed veteran allegedly confronted Liv at Gorilla, accusing her of being ungrateful. Another source claimed that WWE officials warned Liv to watch her tone on live TV. But Liv didn't back down. Instead, she doubled down. On Twitter, she posted, "I didn't lie. If the truth hurts, maybe it should." Liv's willingness to speak out, at the peak of her career, was shocking. Most superstars play it safe, protect their spot, and toe the company line. But not Liv, and fans responded. Thousands of posts flooded the internet in support of Liv's bravery, praising her for saying what needed to be said. #Justice for the division started trending. And suddenly, the WWE Universe wasn't just watching the women's division, they were questioning it. The numbers don't lie. Let's break down what Liv Morgan was really pointing to, the statistics. In the past 12 months, only 3 women have held singles championships on the main roster. 14 men's title matches were featured on PLES. Women, only 6. Main event matches involving women. Less than 15% of televised weekly shows. Talent, like Shaw Lee, Dana Brooke, Nikki Cross, and Piper Niven have vanished from programming without explanation. The same 4 names, Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair, rotate in and out of storylines like a carousel. It's not about their talent. They are elite, but Liv's point was this. There's a whole roster of women being ignored because the system is broken. And fans began to see it too. Why was there no tag division? Why are so many women turned into lackeys or eye candy? Why is it that when one woman leaves, no one steps up, because they weren't given a chance? Liv's rise and rebellion. Liv Morgan didn't just talk, she acted. Her in-ring style became more aggressive. Her promos became more personal. She didn't ask for approval, She demanded attention. And WWE couldn't ignore it anymore. She beat Bayley clean. She pinned Rhea Ripley in a tag match. She stared down Becky Lynch on Raw and said, "Your era's over." Liv wasn't just chasing a title, she was declaring war on the hierarchy. And then came her biggest moment. Money in the Bank. Against all odds, Liv climbed that ladder and grabbed the briefcase once again. But this time, she didn't smile. She didn't cry. She stared at the hard cam and whispered, "This changes everything," calling out management. The most shocking part of Liv's exposé. She didn't stop at her fellow superstars. She pointed the finger upward, at WWE's management. In a rare, unscripted interview with Kayla Braxton, Liv said, "I'm tired of plans changing. I'm tired of creative has nothing for you. You had something for me when you needed a quick pop, but not when I wanted a real story." She continued, "We don't need 30-second backstage segments. We need stories. Give us arcs. Give us stakes. Or just admit you don't care." That interview was never aired on WWE television. But it was leaked, and fans watched it millions of times. Liv was now a rebel, a truth teller, and WWE was cornered. Did they punish her, or ride the wave she created? They chose the latter. The women's locker room responds. After Liv's public callout, divisions formed in the women's locker room. Some stars, like Shotzi, Candice LeRae, and Zelina Vega, openly supported Liv's stance on social media. Shotzi tweeted, "She said what we've all wanted to say." Others were less supportive. Rumors say a top-level female veteran warned newer stars to avoid Liv backstage. The tension grew. WWE reportedly held a closed-door meeting to calm things down. But the damage, or revolution, was already in motion. Liv had exposed the truth. And now, the roster was responding. Some saw her as a hero. Others, as a problem. The new Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's evolution was complete. She debuted a new entrance, darker than before. Black leather, smudged eye makeup, a slow, methodical walk to the ring. Her promo work became chilling. She said things like, "I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to make sure none of you sleep comfortably again. Every fake smile you see on that screen. I used to wear it too." Liv wasn't trying to be the hero anymore. She was becoming the voice of the voiceless. And the fans, they weren't just chanting her name, they were standing with her. WWE finally listens. Liv's actions couldn't be brushed aside. In the months that followed, WWE began implementing noticeable changes. Women's matches began main eventing Raw and SmackDown more frequently. New storylines emerged featuring lesser-used talent. A women's tag team championship tournament was announced. A women's intercontinental championship was rumored to be in development. WWE higher-ups began referring to the backlash as the Liv effect. In a subtle yet powerful segment, Triple H was seen watching Liv's interview footage backstage, expression unreadable. Was it scripted? Maybe. But it sent a clear message. They heard her. What comes next? Liv Morgan didn't just expose the women's division. She ignited it. She tore off the mask and showed fans the cracks in the system. And in doing so, she gave power back to the performers. WWE's women's division has always been full of incredible talent. But now, that talent is demanding to be seen. Liv Morgan has become a symbol, not of rebellion for rebellion's sake, but of truth. And as she walks into the next pay-per-view, title in hand, fire in her eyes, there's only one thing on her mind. You're not burying me, I'm burying your old ways. Because in this new era, Liv Morgan isn't just part of the division. She's leading the revolution. In a world where silence is safe,